We're recording.
Welcome back now.
You gotta ask it.
Are you live?
We're live!
Welcome to Twist Gamer, where you get to play board games with us. It's the only time we're gonna do this.
Matt's gonna be so
We just
happy.
finished playing Clans of Caledonia. And we're gonna give our honest reviews on it. But first, who are we? I'm Josh, not Matt. I'm not doing this again.
I'm Aaron.
And I'm Ann. I'm sitting in the Twitch proxy seat, which usually means that while we're playing board games, I get to proxy your interactions in the board game. In this case, we are doing this review live on Twitch, guys. So that means if you have any questions, comments about the playthrough we just went through as you were sitting there watching us do it, make sure you're asking in chat so I can bring them up with the honest review.
Alright, so let's get into the review. Aaron, I know you have not played many Euro games. I'm not sure. I don't think this is your first, but
No, I mean, we played Peter's Prototype.
Yeah, played Peter's Prototype. That's
sort
the
of
prototype. But this was your first. So I want to see your thing, because this is new to you.
I love all the different tokens, that they're all different.
Mm-hmm.
So it makes it really easy to identify. I don't know how much you guys can see on the camera when we turn them sideways for you, but having them each be a different thing made it easy for me to keep track of what was what. So that was helpful for me to kind of see what I had in my inventory, what I had out on the board. You know, much more so than, say, like the market here, where everything just slides around.
Yeah.
So having the physical things in it made it much easier for me to tell what was going on. I'm glad I had Juma at the beginning.
Yes.
I was a little overwhelmed
yes,
by
it's a little overwhelming for a first game.
By all the options that I had, I think. Yeah. And what was the best route to go and things like that. I definitely feel like as I went along, I got much more comfortable with what I was doing.
Yes.
So I think that I picked up on the learning curve and stuff like that. So I don't think it was too much, but I think at the very least,
he weighs it as a medium to heavy Euro, which is I think that's about where it is. So
you'd have a better gauge on that than I do.
So it's about there. You haven't played. We played Jorvik on here. That was another. You got to play that. Jorvik, sorry. That was just a little bit like that.
No, we played one game of Scythe.
Yeah, and that's a little bit different.
But there's combat in that, right?
Yeah,
which means that it's not right. That's you're not supposed to interact with other players.
A little interaction, not too much. And it's nice, a little bit different, but same, general idea. I actually really like this. I tend to either like Euros or hate them. Like, I'm 50-50. Like, I play to handle them. Like, the thing is, my normal strategy in it, like, the first game I don't understand. And I read the rules, but I still don't. I won't fully understand until, like, the end of the game how that works.
Until you put stuff into practice.
Like,
until you see how it actually...
And I'm like, how does this all work? So normally my first game is I just throw resources at everything. What do you get rid of the background?
I didn't mean to. Come back.
Is it? Is it? Oh.
Yeah, just keep it on.
Okay. All right. So I just, like, throw my resources to everything. So I'm like, I'm just going to put all my cows on the board, just keep getting milk, do this and that. And I do that with all the games. Like, so I played Caravana, which I played that's a much longer, it's a heavy Euro game, and I just totally kind of zoned out for the first half of the game, and then at the end I'm like, oh, this is how I get points, and like, I'm super far behind. So like the first couple rounds, like, I'm not really collecting points. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just throwing stuff on the board. I'll make it work. Juma was helpful though. Like, he's saying you want to make whiskey, so I'm looking like I want to make milk. So
this must be what I want to do. Right?
This is what I want to do at least to start. But I don't get to play many Euro games, so it's a treat. Get into it, and it's a treat playing one that I do actually enjoy. It was actually a lot of fun, and I do love all the different resource bits. I wish the wool was something different than this little circle.
It does look kind of like a cog.
It kind of looks like a cog. I don't know.
It's supposed to be what, like a cotton ball? Oh, it's a ball of yarn.
It's a ball of yarn?
I don't know how you would make...
I almost want just like a wool sweater. That would have been cute and funny. But, I mean, it was just
like a
random.
fluffy cloud. I kind of figure like wool, like a fluffy cloud.
Yeah, maybe.
But if it was a sweater, then it would be like a finished good.
Yeah,
right.
I know. And I thought of that, like, as we started playing, like, that would be a finished good.
Nitpicky.
And I get nitpicky, like, but, like, that's it. I think he fixed it in the Kickstarter, but I think the wheat and the cheese are very similar color. I don't know if they're different here,
The cheese seems a little greener.
but I think they're two more direct different shades. Otherwise, colorblindness, they did amazing with the colors for the most part, but besides those two, but the shapes kind of correlate that. So, like, getting a cheese and a wheat confused would be really hard.
Right, because they're two totally different.
It's a wedge and a bundle of wheat. All the player colors are good. They're black, white, red, and like a light blue. Even if it was blue, it wouldn't even matter.
They're all different enough.
They're all
for you
different
to-
enough.
The
for
cotton
the-
is the fluffy cloud. So there's already a fluffy cloud.
There's no fluffy cloud.
According to the Kickstarter, there's going to be cotton, which is going to be like a fluffy cloud.
Oh, there is cotton, but it's on.
Oh, so that's
that's this piece. So this piece.
because it's one of the.
Yep. Yeah.
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 So I really like the game. Only thing, when this is my biggest gripe with the game, is what you would go with. There is a cheat sheet, which is cool.
Yeah.
Just this little thing here. That's upside down. And it gives you all your turn, everything you can do on your turn, the 8 things. It has icons up here for everything else.
Mm-hmm.
And learning what every single icon means is a pain in the butt. And I don't recall what they all mean. And the rulebook so far, I haven't seen where they have a quick reference of what all the icons mean. That's my big nitpicky thing. We have an early prototype of the rulebook. I have the PDF of the newer one. Typically, what they do is on the back of the rulebook, they'll have like a quick turn guide,
Okay.
and then all the iconry of what that means.
This is what everything means,
So, like,
so you can understand.
You
it
understand
shorthand.
what these mean, and you just like, oh, I'm just gonna look at the sheet. Because if you look in that rulebook, it goes into detail like what all these abilities mean, and it goes into the new rulebook has this. The older one that actually doesn't even have the ones for the little shields.
Yeah, I see that at the end of the new rulebook, it looks like it discusses the clans.
Yeah, and it also one part talks about the shields a little bit before that. So it talks about it. Just having it in one reference sheet would be nice, but that's me being nitpicky, and that's not saying and they're saying BGG will have a file note. Yeah, BGG will make that work because that's what BGG does. They're community people, and that's not anything against the mechanics of the game. But I enjoyed it. I didn't show it to you guys, but all these boards are double-sided, and they have different sides.
Oh, that's cool. So you can play a whole
So
different
there's
map.
16 different map combinations technically.
That's cool.
So you just kind of flip maps around and work how it goes. So that's kind of a neat thing. The ports, I think there's like 8 different ports. We only use 4 of them.
Okay.
And the shields, there's like 10 different shields. We used 5 of them. So
I mean, the
it
game
gives you a
talks
lot
about
of
really great replayability.
it gives you a lot of
different options.
different
for what
options,
might
and then you
come
get to
up.
play different clans. I'm assuming he has stretch goal clans in there that they probably already reached. I have no idea.
I didn't see.
I was a little disappointed that it never seemed to make sense for me to use my clan ability,
Sell the whiskey
whereas
for
you
more.
got to use yours often.
Well, you got the gold from just making whiskey.
I suppose I did get a little bonus from just making it, but it never seemed to make sense for me to
Hold on to it.
to celebrate.
But if these were different, it might have made more sense.
I suppose it could have been a better strategic value in a different setup.
Yeah.
But it seemed like it always made sense for me to unload them so I could do more
Can I have
things.
the box? So, no, I had fun. I like the merchant mechanic, though we didn't use it as that much.
I think some of that has to do with us only playing 2 players. I think if we played with like the max of 4, I think there would have been a lot more going on as far as people trying to buy and sell things and stuff like that. So there would have been more market manipulation.
Yeah. They're asking the map gets bigger. No, the map stays the same size. The one condition on a 2-player game is you can't use the outline border, basically.
So yes, it does get a little bit bigger.
It gets a little, but physically it's the same size. It's just we couldn't use the outside border because we were doing a 2-player game. There is a 1-player variant of this. It's like most of yours, though. It's like see how the best score you can get, kind of thing. It's not. That's kind of what it is. The 1-player variant, I believe. But I was looking at here. This is.
So you don't play against like a randomized or whatever.
But there's a bunch of different clans. I don't even know what this one does. 'Cause this one's
There's a whole
overly
lot going on there.
Yeah. Clan Ferguson, I believe they can travel board edges or something like that. I'm not sure how that
Or
works.
they can only go on the board edges?
I don't think they can only go.
Well, the middle's crossed off.
Maybe, I don't know.
That's what it looks like to me.
This other clan, he gets a whole extra contract area, so you can do 2 contracts at once.
Oh, that's cool. That's kind of cool. Because on occasion I saw one that would have been interesting to have,
Yeah.
and it would have definitely made them refresh more often, which...
And then, I'm not sure what the symbols on this mean. Something about a 4-player or 2-player and money and rivers. Oh, I think that's...
It costs less to upgrade navigation, maybe?
I don't think that's costless, maybe to build over navigation, over a river. So when you're going to build across a river,
if you build
it
by
might cost...
a river, you get a
That's Clan
discount.
Roberson?
Yeah.
Roberson.
Robertson.
That too.
Each time you place a unit in a river delta, a hex tile that is adjacent to a river just flowing into a lock,
Yeah.
you pay 3 lira less, or pounds less, 2 pounds less in games with 1 to 2 players, off the
So
total
whenever you build
cost.
in these
So one of
spots.
these, these two here. Okay.
And then Clan Campbell, which also gets some. So there's a bunch of characters in here that we have a lot more. We happen to pick some of the simpler mechanics of the game.
Which was probably good.
Yeah, which is probably good. So
What's really nice is that the rules guide for each of the various clans has a quick 1-sentence, 2-sentence strategy on how to best play that game.
That particular
that
clan. Okay.
clan. That's neat.
and I'm actually really, really impressed with the prototype quality. The only thing that was lacking was the rulebook, but nothing against that. It's actually still decent for a prototype. It's just final artwork wasn't done for it, so it's just like a white page rulebook. But that's all fixed now. But everything here is, if this is what the base game looks like, or the game looks like, is top quality from what I can tell.
So the illustrator, for those of you that are curious, is Clemens Franz. Who has also illustrated games such as Agricola, Caverna, and Isle of Skye, based in Austria. So that was cool.
So anything negatives with you that I didn't really go over?
I would have liked to been able to fully keep score, I think, on the board.
Okay.
So rather than like the notepad is great, it's well laid out, and once we understood how to fill it out, it went very well.
Yeah.
But I think being able to visually represented around the board, I think would have been nice. I know that's a lot of numbers, but maybe if there was something like to keep these pieces locked in, then you could do a whole border around the whole thing, so you could visually kind of see the whole thing.
Note these are double-sided. So
It's
this is
figure
for 1 or 2
4.
players, and this is for 3 or 4 players. One thing I note is some of the symbols for this aren't universal everywhere. So this market board, oh, there it is. It's at the top. It's just hard to see where they are at, and they don't stand out. But
Okay.
it's more me looking for the stupid symbols than anything else. Because everything kind of has one, so this has like a little 2 in the middle. But it's a little tiny that I didn't know that's what that was until like I saw another one with the 4-player one on there. I was like, oh, I need a 2-player one because it just has different things. They're not big things. Anything else?
Most important question, guys.
Let's go for it. Go for it.
Would you play this game again?
Yeah, definitely play this game again. This is probably now one of my top. I don't have many top Euros, but it's probably one of my top Euros now.
It's very cool. Aaron?
Yes, I would certainly play it again. I am interested to play with a larger number of people and to see how that changes the dynamic of the game and what people are doing. But it's one of those things where as I'm learning it, we played that one round of Skype that we never even finished, and it made me want to play again because I'm like, I could do so much better. And this is the same thing. Like, okay, now that I've got some wheels turning, like I feel like, oh, I understand how this works and that works. I feel like I could do so much more if I was to play it again. So I'm very curious, even from a personal standpoint, that I want to jump back in and do it again to see if I can improve.
Very cool.
So thanks everyone for joining us. This has been another awesome presentation of Twist Gaming. Join us tomorrow for Twitch Plays Descent. We're not gonna lose, right?
It's a side quest, right?
It's a side quest. Yeah.
We're supposed to win those.
We're supposed to, but that's not, I mean, since we leveled up, we've been a little bit better. We got some new skills. We haven't been as bad.
We need to get some more gold so we can get some new stuff.
And then on Friday, join Ann and TP for the Panda
The
Show.
Panda Show!
They're going to be joined by
Kimmy from Happy
Kimmy,
Jacks RPG.
and her tag is Golden
Lasso Girl.
There we go.
Yeah,
So I want to make sure I got that right. So they're going to be talking about cosplay, which should be interesting.
Yes, I'm super excited.
And then join us for our Spotlight of Tournament of Kings on Monday.
Yes.
That's by Ken Stapler. And it's done by WizKids. I might have butchered your last name, Ken. I'm sorry. And then Tuesday for Twitch Plays Kingdom Death, where we've been actually doing decent, I think.
That's Shannon.
What?
Shannon.
Sorry, I screwed that up. And we'll also be back next Wednesday with another Spotlight from BC Games, who also sponsored this week.
Yes, he did.
And we're going to be doing Gambler.
Yes.
Which is an expansion to Gunslinger. So that should be a lot of fun.
Standalone expansion, which
Yes.
is really neat.
So that'll be next Wednesday. So we have a whole packed week. Also, check out the giant giveaway we're doing.
Yeah.
You can do
For
big
our stream
exclamation point.
anniversary.
Our stream anniversary.
It's right there.
Exclamation point what?
Over there.
Yeah, right there. Big giveaway.
Oh.
So we have a normal giveaway, and now we have a big giveaway. And we're going to be doing a party on the 19th.
Yes.
And
Possibly also on the 20th.
possibly also on the 20th, too. We're talking about things and stuff.
Stuff and things?
Yes. Otherwise, please follow us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube,
Twitch.
Instagram.
Join us in Discord where the chat's always going. And
If you really, really love us,
Yes.
make sure that you subscribe to the channel. We are currently 7 subscribers away from our next subscriber giveaway.
we did a subscriber giveaway last night. We hit 100.
Did you?
Yes, we did. See, Anne doesn't pay attention to streams. She doesn't know what's going on.
Smooth move.
Excellent. Also, remember, for every $100 tipped to the show, we also do a cash giveaway that is open to everybody.
We don't give out cash.
That's not what I meant.
We do another giveaway.
Matt needs to come back and do this.
That we give out people, yes, but not cash. We don't hand out cash. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna hand out Josh. Guys, for every $100, I'm gonna go to Josh's bank account and hand out cash for you. Okay, good night, guys.
Just kidding.
Thank you everyone for joining us. This has been another Twist Gaming presentation. Good night.
Good night,
Good
guys.
night.